To prepare for an application, it is important to have your equipment set up in the CAB app by selecting on the Equipment tile. Here you can edit existing equipment, or you can add a new piece of equipment. For an application, you can choose whether you have a pull-type sprayer, a self-propelled sprayer, a self-propelled spreader, a pull-type spreader, or an anhydrous applicator. For this example, I am going to choose a self-propelled sprayer and select Next. Here you will choose the make of your sprayer. Next, you will choose the series, and finally the model of your sprayer. Here you will enter the number of sections that your boom has and the total width of your boom. Now you will select the boom style, whether it is front or rear, and input a name for your sprayer. Here you will land on the GPS offsets page. You can see that there are pre-loaded offsets, and this is for the specific make and model that I selected. If you made any major adjustments to your sprayer, it will be important that you take a tape measure and confirm these measurements. As you can see, A, the axle to GPS, is listed on the diagram so you can accurately take this measurement, similar to B being the height, C being the center, and D being the boom to axle. You can also choose if your GPS is offset to the back, center, offset to the front, or if it offset to the left, the center, or offset to the right. Once your GPS offsets have been accurately put in, you will select the application setup. Here you will use the drop-down beside Equipment Display. It is very important that you select the correct display so that FieldView can read it correctly. Next, you will use the drop-down beside Application A Controller. This is where you will choose which rate controller is in your sprayer. If you don't know, it will be important that you look at your equipment or the display. If you had an additional controller, you would be able to list it here. Once that's complete, you will go to Section Setup A. Here you can see the sections that you already put in and the total width of your boom. If there are even sections, you will leave it to say yes. However, if they are not, you will press No, and here you will put the width of each section in so that it equals the total width of 1200. If you don't know these widths, it is important that you look in your display to find these measurements. Once your sprayer is all set up, you will press Done, and the equipment will now be saved in your list and can be made active when you head to the field.